The weather's getting nice. It's almost summer. I'm going to show you how to get ready, get set, and to go and make this summer your best summer with your kids. I'm Kari. I love to give hints and tips on raising healthy, happy, creative kids and families. Oh, we have such great thoughts of laying by the pool and reading a book while the children played happily, when in reality, your sink is full of dishes and you've ordered pizza for the third time this week. The kids' eyes are glazed over from too little sleep and too many video games. This is not summer how you imagined it. Well, take it from a seasoned mom with a little bit of planning. You will be able to have a fantastic summer. At the beginning of summer, I would sit down the kids at the table and I'd pull out a big sheet of paper or on our whiteboard. We would brainstorm all the fun things we'd like to do that summer. After we had a big list, I would hand everyone a 3x5 card. Looking at our brainstorm list, give me the top 5 things that you really want to do this summer. Put a big calendar up on the wall. It's important to have your whole summer up on the wall. Kids can look and see what's happening this summer. We live in a world that is so fast food, go through, look it up on the internet. They don't really have time to anticipate things. So with your big calendar, you're going to put in things you've already got planned. You might have summer camps. You might have sports camps. Are you taking any trips? Put those up on the calendar. Now, having a calendar doesn't mean you're going to cram and try to fill up every single day. Don't overschedule. The aim is not to fit more in, but it's to make room for things that are most meaningful. Okay, everybody's home, everybody helps. Summer is not just mom working in overtime, trying to keep up with her busy family. Everybody is home, so everybody helps. So there's a couple of areas you need to look at. Number 1, laundry. What is your system? Do you do it daily, weekly? Do kids over 12 do their own? This is something you need to figure out for this summer because we have more laundry, more people are home. Number 2, house cleaning. Each child has daily chores. 1 chore is for their allowance, and we'll talk about that in a minute. You can't eat until your job is finished. Allowance. We'll talk about this in detail in just a minute. But paydays every Friday and have 1 child be the banker. He gets to pay out everybody's allowance. Teach your kids to cook some very simple meals and have each of your kids cook either once a week or maybe it's just once a month. Here's a simple system for doing your weekly meals. Make it easy and choose a theme for each night of the week. You can have your kids help do this, or you just lay it down and then we'll fill it in with our favorite meals. For example, Sunday we always did family favorite meal. Monday, soup and salad. And you can be as creative as you want on each of these days, but stick with the theme and make it easy for yourself. One of the very best things we ever figured out with our kids was called Do Your Dots. And this helped get our kids up and moving in the morning. And we do our dots all summer. If you want to know more about this, I did a whole video. It'll be linked down below. But here's the 2-minute version. So each child gets another 3x5 cards that has 4 dots. One of those dots is their job, and that's tied to their allowance. So they have to do that job every single day. The other 3 dots are individualized, and I'll sit down with each of our kids and talk about what are some of the things they need to do before they get out the door for school, or what are 3 things they need to have done. This could include a 5-minute tidy up. This could include brushing your hair. This could include brushing your teeth. You talk with your child to make sure those dots are for them and very individual. Now, we always pick a time when their dots have to be finished. Usually in the summer, it was by 9:30. I didn't have my kids, they didn't sleep until noon every day because that would make them stay up all night. So they had to have their things done by 9:30, maybe 10. If they weren't finished by that time, no electronics. That was the only consequence that ever worked for our family. Something else might work for your family, but electronics, our kids love to be on their video games or on their phones. So if they don't get their 4 dots done, they get no electronics for the day. No music, no phones, no internet, no texting, nothing. In the morning, I would put down the 3x5 cards and I put a glass bead on each one of the dots. As the kids do those dots, they drop them into a family glass jar. And it's a small jar, but when it's full, our whole family gets to go out for ice cream or maybe the movies. It's a small thing, but we're working as a family to get that jar full. Let's talk about dads, or it could be spouses, and it could even be grandparents. But make sure your spouse is involved. For example, my husband, he taught a weekly class. He could lead the hike or be in charge of making cookies on a weekly basis. Make sure that he's involved in the planning and the fun. Let's talk electronics. You need to have a plan. Have you ever had your kids play video games for the entire day and then they're grouchy and their eyes are always kind of glazed over? We had to have a plan, and this is where you decide when and where electronics are okay. This includes TVs, phones, video games. There's a great article called Growing a Healthy Technology Garden by Marissa Widdison. I love to take our kids to the library, especially in the summer. They've got great programs. They have lots of activities. So we want to encourage our kids to read. There's nothing better than being lost in a really good book. And this includes reading aloud to your kids. All right, so kids need to read 30 minutes to an hour a day. This is going to help with the summer slide. If they're reading, that means they're keeping up and they'll be ready for the next school year. One thing we love to do is have a family reading chart, and you'll see ours right there in the corner. I would take a piece of poster board and I would just draw lots of rectangles that looked like the spine of a book. And the kids would color them in, and as we read books, the kids could write the titles on those spines. Our goal was to fill up that bookshelf. And have Mom and Dad, they can join in as well. This is a great time for them and you to take some time to read. Better be a good example to your kids. Barnes & Noble has a wonderful summer reading program. You read 8 books and you earn 1 free book. Make sure you sign up for that. That's really exciting. Join your local library's reading program. They give away books for free. Also, set aside time to read every day. We love to read right after lunch. That was a good time. Everyone ate and then just curled up in a corner with a book. We also love audiobooks, and we listen to those on trips or just anytime we're in the car. Okay, this is the last one in our Get Ready. So, pick a theme for summer. I had a cute friend and she picked an ocean theme one summer, and every time they learned something new, each child would put a fish or a crab or something on a big poster board that had an ocean scene. We love to do the Passport Club. We would pick a country and learn about it all summer long, what they ate, what they wore, what was famous from there. So you can have a theme for your summer. This is a great way to keep your family learning as well. Let's talk about bedtime. You need to find out what's right for your family, but letting your kids stay up all night and then getting up late just is not healthy for your kids, and it's better to keep them on a regular schedule. You can be kind of loose with your bedtime, but really, you need to be consistent. Your body needs it, and their body needs it as well. Okay, you made it through the first part. All right, number 2, get set. All right, we want to do some physical preparation for the summer. So, have lots of arts and crafts on hand. These are 2 of my favorite books. Number 1, Ed Emberley. Any book by him, I love. This teaches your kids how to draw in a very simple, easy way. And Art Shaped is a new great book that we like. And it is how to make really cool artwork out of recycled cardboard. Also have some sports equipment ready. One year we did Field Trip Friday, and we went somewhere every Friday. And another great idea is memberships. Get a membership to the zoo or the aquarium or to the pool. These are great things if you're looking for, if your parents need an idea to give your kids either for the summer or for Christmas, have them give you a membership. That's such a great idea and one you can use all year long. I know we're talking about a lot of things and just getting some ideas for summer that you can do. You're not going to do every one of these every summer, but this will at least give you some ideas. All right, let's talk about a really fun one, and that's Kids Club. This is gathering 3 or 4 families together, and each week one family is in charge of teaching how to do something. You can have each of the kids teach something. That's our favorite way. So if it was our family's week, each one of my kids would have to teach something. And they're going to teach something that they love. This is not all the work for mom and she has to do everything. No, this is where kids get to plan and prepare and teach something that they love. This is a great way for kids to learn and organize and prepare. For example, here's our daughter. This was our kids club, and each teach is what we call it. So in the middle, you'll see our daughter when she was 5 years old, and she taught us how to draw cats. Our whole family, this was for a family reunion, and we each sat down and drew. She had paper and pencil for each of us. Well, she loved teaching art so much. She grew up and now she's an art teacher. So this is a great way for kids to share their talents and share something that they're good at. And it's much more fun for them. We've learned everything from cardboard boomerangs to bubble blowing to dancing, learning how to do cat's cradle. You name it, we've learned it. It's awesome. The last category was summer camps, and we're going to talk a little bit about cousin camp. So in the summer, our family loved to have camps. We would invite people, and our kids, that's how they'd earn money during the summer, is by running a summer camp. If you want to know more about that, I've made a complete video on how to run a summer camp and make money. So look there. But this was a highlight. And I loved that our kids could run a camp and share their talents and earn money. Summertime is a great time for family time. You can do this with your immediate family. You can also do an extended family, have a reunion, gather your cousins together, and make special memories with your grandparents. Also, if you live far away from family, you have an adopted family. Your friends that live nearby, they can be as close as family. You have finally made it to number 3. Now it's time to go. Let's go and have an incredible summer. Here are 10 things to do this summer. Print out this list and see if you can check it off. Post your calendar, sign up for a library book club, read, buy a membership, and make a date to go every week. Number 5, take a walk at a state park. Number 6, go and see some art, then make some. 7, play a game outside with the kids. 8, look at the stars. 9, serve someone in need. And 10, write a letter and send it. Okay, number 6 was go see some art and then make some. I have written a book. Go to an art museum. This book makes it easy. You go to the museum, you open it up, look at a painting, and do the activity. It doesn't matter which art museum you go to, it fits all of them. You've had all these great plans, you're ready to go outside, and it's raining. So what do? Well, this is a perfect time to pull out your rainy day activity jar. This right here has saved us. So you're going to put this together before summer starts. Put a box together and make this little jar on this page right here. And what you can do is pause the video and take a picture, cut these out, print it out, cut them apart, put them in a jar, and then make sure you buy all of these things. You're going to buy a jigsaw puzzle. You're going to have s'mores. These are things you're going to keep in your box. The box is going to stay in your closet until you need it. And they can pick something out of the jar and something you don't have to think of for them to do. Here is some great free stuff. Home Depot Kids Club is the first Saturday of every month. They do free wood projects. This is excellent. The Regal Summer Movie Express is $1, maybe $2 per person. Look and check your local theaters. These are shown during the day and they're only kid movies. kidsbowlfree.com. Look it up. Art museums, aquarium, the zoo, botanicals, ask to see if they have a free day. We've talked about this before, but the Barnes & Noble Summer Reading Program, sign up for that. You can do it online or at the store. Also, sign up for your public library reading program. They also give away books. You can let your kids be bored. We don't have to plan every minute, every second of every day. We don't have to entertain our kids, and don't let the TV entertain them all day either. Let them create their own fun. A couple of last resources. If you want to make your own whiteboard, go to Home Depot and ask for Yucca tile or hardboard thrifty white tile board. Comes in 8-foot sheets by 4 foot. Have them cut it in half and you've got huge whiteboard. Super fun for kids. And then here are some more articles that I talked about during this long presentation. Thank you for hanging around to the very end. And I hope you have an amazing, wonderful, well planned out super summer. Thanks. We'll see you the next time. Bye.